gonna happen. I've already seen this. I watched it in incognito mode, guys. Yeah, she. Yeah, Barney's trans, and so it's yeah, it's a she.
Bitch.
Yeah, like it's not a big deal. Think about it like this: it's not a he or a she; it's a rogue. Just watch the video. There's only one good thing about the internet, and one good thing about this kind of shit is it allows everybody to be anybody, and you can be and you can do what you want and not be judged on like bullshit like that. Watch the content, like the content. You like the content's good. That's all there is to it. Nobody's going out like this is the kind of stuff, right? Everybody is the same. People complain about like the woke stuff. Like there's nothing woke about this. There's nothing like it's just watch the content.
What I was supposed to do last year.
That was before.
I miss when things were simple.
Well, I suppose you've waited long enough. Now, where did I leave you? Oh, I remember. My hard drive had just crashed and I lost everything. That's pretty bad. But then I got bumped up to 11 on the Scarab Lord list. That's pretty good.
That's
However,
terrible.
before we jump back into Silithus for the conclusion to this epic tale, there are 2 elephants in the room I need to quickly address.
No shot.
Elephant 1. Chronologically, this doesn't happen until several weeks after the entire AQ event had ended, but spoiler alert, my data was eventually recovered. That's pretty good. I very much appreciate all the kind messages offering recovery advice, software keys, and even financial assistance to help cover the recovery costs. But, and I mean this in the most undickhead way possible, guys, how do you think I made those first 2 videos if the footage wasn't eventually recovered?
That do make sense more.
I promise I'm not trying to come for your critical thinking abilities, okay?
Yeah.
I know most of you are American. That's pretty bad. But yeah, it turns out when you're a content creator and you complain about technical stuff on Twitter, sometimes you get contacted by epic social media specialists who work for, I don't know, let's say, Western Digital. You know, only the leading...
So I remember what happened with me is every single time I complain about something that's technical, I also have people that contact me. It was, my brother works in IT and he fixes computers. Do you want to send your computer to me and it'll come back and it'll be fixed? That's what I get.
Data storage who want to not only attempt to fix your hard drives for free, but also send you extra hard drives for free to make sure this kind of thing never happens to you again.
That's fucking insane. Wow.
Because I make video game videos. Naturally,
That's crazy.
I agreed. Only a loser says no to a free win, and...
Yeah, it's free stuff.
I really needed that win. But wait,
easy.
There's more. After Western Digital supplied me with multiple new hard drives totaling 5 terabytes of storage and recovered 95% of my original data, I candidly spoke to their social media specialist in regards to my being able to even tell you that this happened because I have social anxiety and I...
Dude, the way I solved that problem, because like this same shit happens to me. this same shit happens to me, is like I have everything saved in like 3 different places. Because I know that stupid shit is going to happen, and I'm always ready for that. Like, I'll have all of my screenshot saved in, you know, like 3 different areas.
To ask permission. Because I really wanted you guys to know that they literally saved this video series, and I don't mean just data-wise. I mean, if it wasn't for that DM on that day that my hard drive crashed telling me that there's still hope, I don't know that I would have even had the motivation to continue, even with me being bumped to number 11 on the Scarab Lord list. So I said that, and they responded, would you like us to sponsor episode 3?
Wow.
Would I? And I was going to do that shit for free.
That's crazy.
If you're in the market for data storage, might I suggest WD Black? Don't get caught out like I did and nearly lose your life's work because you didn't back it all up like a moron. Browse numerous storage options today at shop.westerndigital.com. They saved this video series. They saved my channel.
That's insane.
And most importantly, they saved my data. Elephant 2.
So, like, basically, if they didn't do that for Barney, we would probably have never had this video. That is nuts. Holy shit.
Our game is not about becoming just anyone. It's about being yourself. Welcome to Broken Ranks.
Did I just spoil the ending in the title?
That's a really, really easy fucking advertisement right there.
But hear me out, okay? Before you come to my humble inn with your pitchforks and torches and Thunder Furies. Guys, it's been over a year since the Great Bug Farm of 2020. I play WoW every day, and I stream it too.
Still?
twitch.tv/Barney. As much as I would like to say I smuggled the rarest mount in the game past the watchful eye of all my stream viewers and have kept it hidden away in the bank all this time in preparation for a grand reveal during TBC, the expansion that famously invalidates round mounts faster than any other expansion to date, rendering the Scarab Lord mount flex obsolete because it can't fucking fly.
No, that's no way. The Scarab Lord is still the big dick mount because where do you flex on people? You flex on people in the city, and in the city you can still be riding it. And on top of that, being able to ride it in the city, you can also go and you'll be able to, I forgot what I was saying. It's in Battlegrounds. You can use it in Battlegrounds, and that's the main thing that matters. Somebody asked if we're going to play Lost Ark. As soon as I finish this video, we're playing Lost Ark, gentlemen. Like, I just want y'all to know, we're going to watch this video, then we are starting with Lost Ark, because I have some mobs to farm.
Sorry,
That's the plan.
I haven't just spent the last year using my raptor mount for the meme. I think it's just easier for
It's
us all.
not going to be 2 hours,
It makes the
okay?
narrative better.
I'll try to
if
watch
I just
it
keep
myself.
it real. And in saying that, some of the best media ever conceived opens with a spoiler. Romeo and Juliet,
No.
Pulp Fiction, This is Cope. But even so, I made a promise that I would see this event, this video series, this journey, right through to its conclusion.
Yeah.
And this is not where I gave up. Look at
Man,
how
I thought that this series was never going to continue, to be honest with you. Because, like, after 6 months or something like that, I was like, oh, you know, well, it is what it is, right? I mean, you can't make videos like that all the time. It is what it is. So I'm actually so happy that it actually got finished. I really thought it was never going to be finished.
long this fucking video is. You know I've been cooking up
It's
a
already
good one
tier
that might not
6,
have
yeah.
the ending some of us wanted. But in life, you gotta push that lucky charm until you can
Yes.
push it no further, because even
God, I
if you
forgot
don't sell
all
it,
about
they
those.
still have to show their back to
Oh my
walk away.
god.
This is the tale of a rogue who stood up against the odds, spat in the face of fate and said, "My failure is on my own terms." This
Okay.
is the tale of a rogue who struggled to the bitter end, giving nothing but 100% at every opportunity so that even defeat might be a proud moment.
This is
the tale of the rogue who ran out of time.
that is so good. Holy shit, that the music, the God, that is
And of
so
course,
clean.
our story
Holy shit,
continues
that's
in
good.
Silithus. Wow. Boy, am I sick of this fucking
Wow.
villain. I had just reinstalled World of Warcraft onto
Wow.
a Sea of Thieves external hard drive I won in a
Ooh.
Twitter contest for posting the funniest Sea of Thieves clip. Barney Beekeeper Scholars will in the future refer to this moment in my streaming career as foreshadowing Scarab Lord events, but I'd argue obtaining free hard drives due to funny internet video is just a
I think
character
that's a little
trait
bit
at this
better.
point and
Yeah.
less of a narrative that I'm controlling, but I
Damn.
digress. I was
Kill all
back
3 of
and
them.
ready to... Because there is no end to my suffering,
Oh my
hee hee. But when I logged in, I found
Oh my
Silithid
God.
horrors untold. And I don't mean the bugs.
What?
Oh my god, I have no add-ons. But that was not all. Oh my god,
Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's a WoW player brain. The first thing they think about is their add-ons.
even if I re-download them, I won't have their settings saved. But that was still not all.
By the way,
Oh my- that is
the gates
stressful.
open in 5 days.
That is so fucking
what?
stressful. No, now it's time to log off? Yeah, exactly.
Remember how me and a bunch of my busy bees were using my untold riches to gatekeep the war effort's completion? Well, with me offline for a whole 24 hours trying to fix my hard drive, there was no one left to provide gold to the auction house sitters, which means that the war effort had been completed. There was now 5 days
That
exactly
sucks.
until the gates would inevitably open, and there were still 3 Scarab Lords ahead of
There's
me.
no
I was
way.
running
There's
out of
no way
time.
you're gonna get it. Like,
Now, I could
literally
sit here
no
and tell you
shot.
about how for the next 2 days I farmed more bugs, which is exactly what happened, but I don't really think we need any more of that. At least for now. Instead, I'd rather
Yeah,
tell
that
you
was-
about some of the notable...
The thing is, like, if you think that Lost Ark grindfests are bad, look up how to actually get neutral with the Brood of Nosdormu.
people I met during my time in Silithus.
Yeah, this is
starting,
nothing.
of course, with...
Need a hitman. Oh, you're... Wait, what?
If you're playing World of Warcraft Classic for the PC on a
Wanna make
roleplay
100
server
gold
and
an hour.
someone whispers you,
Wanna make 100 gold an hour?
I would recommend you immediately block this person and log
Probably,
off for the
yes.
next 24 hours just to be safe. Some things are better left unknown. Me, however? Well,
So
I
that-
never
yeah, it was
could
brutal,
resist
man.
the call of the abyss. Also, I got bug brain, so I would have said yes to anything, to be honest.
Something
Yeah.
you're doing?
Yes. Need this scumbag Allah killed.
Ooh, my rat cleaning reputation
Okay.
was preceding me. Name and guild, please? I responded. Even though neither of these things actually mattered, I was trying to imply that there were certain Alliance members I wouldn't kill, especially since at this point we were leaning heavily into the collusion memes, even going as far as to leak submission form 1072C to Reddit, which implied
Jesus
we would have
Christ.
to ask permission from an
The
officer.
best thing about that is if you leak this to the Classic WoW subreddit, they would think it's real. Like, the Classic WoW subreddit, literally, like, I mean, these are people that get mad about storylines in WWE.
for
those
being
people
allowed to
believe
PvP
anything.
anyone else.
Name is Camel Spider in TOW. He is in the asshole in Ashi.
Wait, Hive Ashy? Oh no. There are very few blind spots in my bug farming timeline, but none so big as my Hive Ashy blind spot.
What's
and for
that?
good reason. Hive Ashy was consistently swarming with Alliance throughout the entire event. Alliance we had pushed out
That's a lot of
Guard
fucking
weeks
people.
prior, Alliance who were molding over the collusion,
Yeah.
Alliance who would absolutely kill me on sight were I to show up.
Absolutely.
And believe me, I tried to make peace so as to document the Hive Ashy history, but my PvP immunity could not be guaranteed. But let the
Yep.
record show, I really did try. Hive Ashy, the
The
one
thing
place.
is, like, classic WoW, like, the degeneracy of it was just on another level. Like, I've never experienced such shameless degeneracy as whenever the Gates of AQ came out.
In
It was
Silithus, I don't
beyond
want to see
everything.
Any closer. And the one
It's
place
never
I'm
been worse.
definitely just gonna go to. Lol. Oh, you didn't think I was gonna turn down a hit that would have me sneaking into the most densely populated Alliance zone on the map, did you? I live for this.
Seems like
I
a
sprinted
mistake.
into the next room over to steal a rich thorium vein from Fiber.
Yo, Barney, fuck off.
I got prepped too. And snuck away from my Hive Regal farming duties. I would surely not be present for the 11 a.m. attendance check to
Alright, you know what? I could do this. Uh,
collect my bi-hourly bug kill points, but I would certainly hit present anyway. I'm not above
Attendance?
BKP fraud if it means I
Dude.
get a death sting, and spoiler alert, I get a death sting.
You had
Not-
attendance awards for killing, for spam. Bro, this was the sweatiest shit like you've ever seen, guys. Like, I'm telling you, like, this was an experience that few people can even understand.
Not that anyone was suspecting I was stealing
Oh my
complete
God.
time anyway, but as
Dakina
long as
did
I'm
that
back
for
in
us.
Hive
My
Regal for the
guild did
11:30
this.
attendance check, no one should be
Oh
any
my
the wiser.
God.
I'll be 100 gold up, I'll hit the thorium node on respawn, and that'll just be another dub for the boss bitch beekeeper. God, I'm good.
EverQuest was far worse. You have no idea.
Welcome
I bet you're right. I bet you're right.
to Hive Ashy.
Okay.
Bitch. So we're back in the mine at the Hive. Surreptitiously, I crept through the caves. This place was busy, so I definitely didn't want to be here longer than I had to
Yeah.
be. And actually, my target has logged out, so... Ooh, thorium vein. I can't keep
Hey,
getting
just farm
away
that
with it.
instead.
Just then,
Fuck it.
new orders came in. I was now to kill the mage in the back of the Hive. And that's good.
So-
Better, even, actually, because let me tell you, you can never get
So
enough...
Barney got hired as a hitman to go around and fucking kill people. I'm like, this is actually so cool. MSN? Dude, I don't even remember the MSN sounds. Like, I've always had all that shit muted. That's so crazy to even think back. Like, MSN. AIM. Remember that? AOL Instant Messenger?
to
practice killing a mage.
ASL?
It's as they say. Time saved killing a mage is time saved. Time saved killing...
Yeah, it seems makes
Time
sense.
spent
Yeah,
killing a mage is time saved later.
That's
That's
true.
a real thing. Look it up. Deftly,
Fuck
I
'em.
dodged several alliances as I crept through the Hive to find my new target. And
Hired
after
a
sneaking
hitman.
past dragon tears, something
Yeah.
I have been very responsible for. I found
Oh
them
my God.
all alone and ripe for the picking in the back of the room. Olmo. I activated Cold Blood for a guaranteed crit and near enough cut the mage's bussy clean off with
there
one
we
swing.
go.
God damn.
The mage attempts a blink getaway, but unfortunately for them, this is a certified
God damn.
matchup. And I'm always 10 steps ahead. Like that blind,
Yeah.
for example. example. That's to bring out the predictable ice block, all according to plan. Now all I have to do is wait out this ice block and predict the final blink. And because time always has a way of ending up on my side, I know the mage is going to blink in this direction. Oh, that's not good. I had been bamboozled by the blink. And now with the mage running out of the hive screaming for help, it would no doubt be mere seconds before everyone collapsed on their location. I activated prep to reset my cooldowns, activated cold blood, and sprinted after them. Slowing down the footage, you can see I actually passed right through a night elf rogue. As we made it back to the surface, Olmo was allowed one last look at the sunset before I secured that bag. But I wasn't out of the woods yet.
That's the easiest 100 gold of his life.
Reactions caught me out of my vanish, and with no prep to reset my cooldowns and no sprint to escape the frost nova, I was a sitting duck. I had to think fast. Okay, download complete. Check this out.
Wow. That was a fast one for sure. He'll be able to get away for sure. I don't know. LOL dedication, you chased his ass down Lamau.
You chased his ass down Lamau.
And that was it. A clean hit.
So this guy was just watching Barney run him down. Holy fuck, man. Lamau. Yeah.
No witnesses, an easy 100 gold, and I'd be back in time.
At least he didn't say
registration.
poggers, right?
But as I made my escape back to Hive Regal for more bug farming, my client did something unexpected. They revealed to me their actual identity, and as it turns out, Need a Hitman was someone I was already quite familiar with. Introducing Chatu, the human paladin. Something you need to understand about me is that for every tale I tell you, there's 100 of the exact same nature that go untold. The Barney Beekeeper iceberg runs deep, but you only ever see the tip on YouTube. But you can see...
Oh no. Oh no, look at the very top, guys. Got him, yeah, very fucking true, guys. Very fucking true.
More at twitch.tv/Barney though. Give me a host.
Zul'Farrak wasn't the only dungeon I entertainingly struggled through, Hallows End wasn't the only roleplay event I attended, and Dragon wasn't the only person to meet with a terrible fate several times over. So where does my client fall into all of this, you ask? Well, to cut a long camping story short, I drowned him in Meniful Harbor. Twice. But despite all the many minor inconveniences this guy had suffered at my hands, he had hired my services anyway, and for that, he had my respect. And my daggers. Killing him again, I whispered.
Wait,
I wasn't
what?
gonna get caught this time either. I waited for the Sandstalker to get in melee range.
So she's being paid 100 gold an hour just to spam kill this shitty mage? Oh my god. What a fucking experience.
And then I let it rip.
Ooh, Super Mario... What is it? Super Mario RPG. I'm pretty sure that's what the song is
Despite the Sandstalker stealing my kill in my fucking chronos, Olmo was dead
such a good
again,
game.
and my client was free to come and take the farm. As they left, Olmo made the foolish decision to revive right on top of his body, and well, it's been fucking scrubbed to be honest.
Wow.
I'm getting bored. With a couple of freebies secured for
This guy sucks.
my client, and with
Oh
a
my
warrior now
God.
watching over Olmo, it was about time I took my leave and cashed out. All things considered, this had been a very lucrative business trip, and I was ready to return to Hive Regal for more farming. Okay, fine, I'll do one more. But failure was not an option. I was putting my perfect KDA
He's
on the line,
talking
and in a
mad shit.
2v1 scenario, the stakes had never been higher. I zapped the warrior, ambushed Olmo, but the warrior immediately
Yeah, he's
broke
gonna
free, and then
immediately come out
Olmo
of
ice
it.
blocked.
Armor,
Panic
see
vanished.
dead.
Just then, BKB
Actually, no,
attendance
probably
was
not.
taken. I marked presence
warrior's
despite
fury.
not being
Maybe.
present, and was instantly unstealthed by the warrior's demoralizing shouts
That
despite resisting it. Instant karma. I can't even be mad. Okay, maybe I should run away. After blowing blind to get the sticky warrior off me, I crawled up the surface, making sure to break line of sight so as to prevent the frostbolt bombardment from continuing. My stealth
Oh my
parkour skills
God.
came in clutch as I narrowly avoided certain demise at the hand of Olmo's cone of cold, but it was too little too late. I was already out. Yeah, out of fucks to give, of course I walked right back in there. And unfortunately for Olmo, he had overextended
got
away
cold
from their
blood up, too.
bodyguard. Right onto the end of my
Oh.
cold blood ambush.
Enlisted is the free brand new online World War II shooter. Command a squad of soldiers and participate in legendary battles of the Second World War. Right now, you can join the invasion of Normandy, Battle of Moscow, and the Battle of Berlin, including the storming of Hitler's bunker. In Enlisted, you lead several unique soldiers that you can switch freely between.
I walked out of
Oh.
Hive Action waving to Nymeria as I left, knowing
Got
she
him,
wouldn't
boys.
attack me because, well, that's
Fucking
Nymeria,
got
the
him.
only druid I respect. Friend
was
or foe,
good.
we go way back. One last thorium vein stolen from these trash idiots and I was
Yeah.
out. For real this time. No fake out. Promise.
Actually
And that's
out.
the end of my Hitman story. I took a flight path to Tanaris, put some
Yeah.
useless trash on the neutral auction house, and my client purchased them for 100 gold. And of
Oh my
course, I made
God.
it back in time for the 11:30 registration. No one was any the wiser of
I cannot, as I said, guy, I cannot fucking believe this is. I feel like early Classic was like a fever dream. Sometimes I'll go back and I'll watch the videos of it, and I'll be like, did this really happen? Was there really a guy that like took over the guild and wanted to? He pointed at the Stormwind wall and he said, "I'm already building a wall to keep the horde out." Like, did this really? Did we actually duel him? Did Quinn really duel Royson in front of, you know, like 100,000 people and beat him in a duel because Royson ninja-looted gloves that he got doxxed for on the WoW Classic subreddit? Like, what? Did this really, did any of these things really happen? Because, like, sometimes, like, it was just so ridiculous that you can't even believe it.
my absence, and I stole the
I could
note
tell
on
the
Respawn
story
from
and people wouldn't think it even happened.
God, I fucking love
And
being
they
a rogue.
shouldn't.
Number 2, Neon the Peon. Every day, Neon the Peon wakes up at the crack of dawn
Yeah.
to make his daily pilgrimage from Durotar to Silithus. He
Yeah.
does this on foot, for he is too poor to afford the public transport, but he does it gladly,
Oh my God.
and he does it with a smile. The journey is arduous
He's playing New World before it even came out.
and filled with peril, but who else will take care of the fools down there
The
in
voice? Yeah, I
Silithus
know.
if not for him?
Oh my
Every day,
God.
Neon the Peon wakes up at the crack of dawn to make his daily pilgrimage from Durotar to Silithus.
To hand out ice cream. Delicious.
Free hug with every code.
Just don't ask him where he gets it from.
Work, work.
When I first heard of Neon the Peon in general chat, I assumed he was just another hallucination, another symptom of the bug brain virus.
This
But then
is,
one
as
day
I
was
said, this
so
is the way
hungry,
the game used to be,
so
guys.
hot.
Oh man, ice cream sounds so good right now.
In that moment, I cried out.
Help me, Neon.
And there he was.
Bad bug. No hurt, Barney.
Neon's helping me kill the mob.
He had saved my life and came bearing gifts of frozen cream.
He doesn't
I
even
thought
have a
it only
mouth.
fair to trade a
Does he?
carapace fragment in return.
Now
wow.
Leon can be Bug King.
I don't know if Meon the Peon ever became a bug king, but he is forever.
So my guild would spam in general chat, "The bald man will ride the black bug," with like in Chinese letters around it. Like they spammed that for a week, and people were getting so mad about it because I think there were a lot of people on the server that thought that my guild was farming Scalar board for me, even though I wasn't playing the game. And I was getting people mad at me for something that, like, they're mad at me on a game I'm not even playing. Yeah, the bald man will ride the black bug.
Forever a grobulous hero, and also the only person the subreddit has ever liked, including me. Like,
Looked
no
like
one's
Lost
making
Ark.
nice memes about me, man. All I get is this shit. And it's all fucking true, like...
Oh, shit. I haven't gotten one of those for a while.
You know how in Minecraft, when the sun goes down, all the monsters
Yeah.
come out, and it's just fucking awful?
I'm
Well,
aware of
when the
that.
sun
I've
went
seen that
down in
happen.
Silithus, Neki and Baja Blaster would come out to play every night
Baja
without
Blaster?
fail. Because, as it turns out, a certain Collusion King may or may not have placed a hit on me to counteract my attempts to keep the gates closed. Those same rogues
God.
that assassinated me at every auction house I attempted to fleece had now resolved to just straight camping me if I left my own hive. It was, in short, a living hell. Fortunately, this is where my enigmatic shaman tank friend, Hanging Haze, comes into the picture. And yes, I said shaman tank, so
my
you already know
God.
what kind of player we're dealing with here. Every so often, Hanging Haze sends me mail,
There it
and
is.
whenever I receive mail
Yeah.
from him, I know I'm in for some shit because he seems to exclusively send meme items I've never even seen before. Potions that make you astrally project, dice roll trinkets.
See, like, you know what? This is like such a weird thing. And like, I feel like on Grobulus, that type of ganking and trolling and bullshit like that was actually totally cool and fine. It's like the difference, like whenever I get a hate thread about myself on 4chan, I think it's funny. I like it. I like reading them. I think it's funny to see the kind of like weird, crazy stuff people come up with. And like, but if I get one on Reddit, it annoys the fuck out of me. I don't really know why. I think it's because they take themselves more seriously. Like, for example, I take myself way less seriously. Like any post that I see on 4chan, I assume that this person right here wrote it, okay? I'll be right back. I need to take a piss. I had the, I tripped on the Ethernet cable to the computer. We had a rug over there, but then I didn't like the rug, so I threw it down the stairs. So we don't have a rug over there anymore. You wash your hands? Nah, I ain't wash my hands, man. I got a clean dick. Why I gotta wash my hands for?
And discombobulators are all par for the course when hanging haze is involved. Hell, even recently in TBC, he gifted me 2 rings which have a chance to freeze your attacker for several seconds, and urged me to do arena with both equipped. Great idea, by the way.
Wait,
so when he heard I was being camped on the daily, or nightly, I guess, he did what every good shaman friend would do. He gifted me the portal stack. Dearest Barney Beekeeper, I won't always be there to guard you, blah, 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 so please do me a favor, keep this trinket with you. They say if you ever fall in battle, this card can bring you back from the Shadowlands. Ooh. If you're lucky enough, that is.
Yeah.
Now, whilst the trinket doesn't always work,
it has absolutely turned
right?
the tide of battle more times than I can even count at this point. The item description says it's only a 10% reincarnation rate, but this item procs so much for me, I don't think I will ever go anywhere without it again. Rule 1 of being
It's a trinket, you have it equipped, and it gives you a chance when you die to resurrect immediately.
rogue is don't fucking die, and with
For
this trinket,
who don't know,
I'm unstoppable. Oh my god, there's someone at my front door.
Who do it be? Who do it is?
Fellas, are you still powdering your balls? You know you don't need to, right? There's no need for messy powders or nasty ointments. That's a thing of the past. If you want to keep your fellas feeling cool and dry all day and reduce chafing, then you need to get yourself the Crop Preserver. The 24-hour non-powder moisturizer and deodorant was designed for your butt, balls, and body. Boasting active pH control, anti-chafing, quick absorbing. You put deodorant on your armpits, so why are you not putting deodorant on the stankiest parts of your body? Head over to manscaped.com and get yourself the Crop Preserver. Your balls will thank you. And for a limited time, get free shipping and a free Shed travel bag.
If you have an hour this week, you can learn 100 songs on the piano by learning just 4 chords. These. Check it out.
And can you feel the love tonight?
Same chords.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me. Sometimes I feel like I don't have a partner.
Exact same chords.
No woman, no cry.
Again, same chords.
Take on me.
And then, using the Ridley method, you can take those same 4 chords and make them sound amazing, like this.
And she
Oh my god! The delivery person heard it.
Remind me to tell you guys at the end of this about my story about Chipotle and Uber Eats.
Ground in Hive Regal, you don't really hear much of the outside world.
I got a
save for
story.
The incessant nonsense in the general chat and Uber Danger's completely clapped Google Pixel phone mic.
I think I fixed it.
Okay. Oh, it's Uber Danger. Holy shit. I don't want to see those pots.
The thing is,
John, I think you're going through a tunnel. I think I'm losing
The
you.
fuck is this?
no, like I got the mic to my mouth now.
But when there's a rat
Fuck,
around,
dude.
you don't need to hear it to feel it. Also, it helps when people literally just come up to you and say,
"There's a big rat upstairs barn."
According to one of my busy bees, a druid had set up camp outside our hive, taking our surface spawns and selling our fragments off to the highest bidder.
Yeah, that's about right.
I would have to pay a visit to the Goof Hive to hire an assassin.
Absolute
it was shaping up to be
degeneracy.
just another day in Silithus. Until I found out who the druid was.
Oh.
Keishmu. Where's Keishmu? Need eyes on him. You see him?
Wow.
Please tell me.
Oh, I see him.
Dude,
all
I
the
need to get
time.
that fucking.
Hard
I
to
need to get
miss
that
on
tiger.
that tiger.
This
I
druid
have to.
secured their spot in the grobulous halls of infamy when they, allegedly, committed one of the worst crimes you can commit in World of Warcraft Classic Edition for the PC. Ninjaing the tiger mount from Zul'Gurub.
My man!
For those who don't know, the
my
list of
man,
rarest of tiger
yes!
mounts in Classic goes a little
Let's
something like
go.
this. And I'm leaving the Scarab Lord mount off this list, so
Ooh.
untype that comment, you fucking loser.
That's
At
what it's
bottom, you have
about.
your complete basic Pisslow racial mounts, the slow and fast variations. I'm not explaining what these are. Above those are the Warlock and Paladin special quest class mounts. Who wrote this
Dog
fucking
shit.
script? Side note, the Paladin mount is technically rarer than the Warlock mount because in Classic only the Alliance can play Paladin, so therefore there's less of them. You see what I'm saying? Above
That
those are
actually
the
makes
PvP
sense.
war mounts, which require rank 11
Those
to
are
purchase, which
loser
isn't
mounts,
terribly
unless
difficult
it's
to
a
obtain,
tiger.
but it's definitely a time sink. And then above
Yeah.
those is the Winterspring Frost
Oh,
Saber,
no.
a mount which can only be obtained by the Alliance.
Cringe.
And requires
No, this is a loser mount. Like, if you see somebody riding around on this mount, you know that they're on welfare.
completion of a tedious
100%.
hand-in-based rep farm which has you kill specific mobs in
Fuck
a highly
that mount.
contested zone. That sounds familiar. And then above that is the Death Charger, a 1% drop from Baron Rivendare, the final boss
Yeah.
of the endgame dungeon Stratholm. And
That
then
is the
finally we
mount.
have the Zul'Gurub mount.
No,
the
no. The Rivendare's Death Charger is more prestigious in Vanilla WoW than Scarab Lord. Straight up, no shot. Like, the ZG mounts do not hold a fucking candle to Rivendare's Death Charger. Rivendare's Death Charger is a 0.02% drop mount. Both of these ones here, these are like, 1-2% mounts. Who gives a fuck?
rarest obtainable mounts in Classic. Again, not including Scarab Lord mount.
No.
Don't type that comment. You're so dumb. These are, of
Rivendare's
course,
is so
1%
much rare.
drops from High Priest Thekal and Bloodlord Manikir within
And by
this
the way, he's meant to ride the mount that drops. Blizzard legit never fixed it, not even in Classic. Lol. Oh, really? You can't win them all, right? The Tiger is better. The Tiger is the Apex mount. The Raptor is not as good as the Tiger. Even if you're Horde, the Tiger is still better. Sorry, even if you're Alliance, the Tiger is still better.
Zul'Gurub raid. But
Everybody
their rarity
knows
is
it,
only
too.
half the reason why they're so coveted for
Yeah,
the Alliance.
everybody
The
knows it.
Swift Razashi Raptor is the only Raptor they can obtain in the game,
No,
and
it
inversely,
sucks.
the Swift Zulian Tiger is the only Tiger mount the Horde can ride. So you
If you have the Swift Zulian Tiger, even now in retail, people see you riding that, and you're stunting on them. Like, even in 2022, if you're riding on a Zulian Tiger, you're stunting on them. Just let them know.
can see why ninjaing one of these mounts would be a pretty big deal, especially if it was the Tiger mount ninjaed from a Horde raid group. But despite the ninja allegations, the final verdict was that Keishmu was innocent because, technically, he didn't really steal it. The loot just timed out in his bag because he was the master looter in a ZG GDKP. Now, I personally have never been to a ZG GDKP which took longer than like 45 minutes. So you're telling me this group took more than 2 hours after killing the Tiger boss? Sus.
Yeah.
There are whispers and rumors on the wind that Keishmu secretly sabotaged the raid to encourage the loot timer to run out before they were done. But I digress. This
Yeah.
isn't even my beef with Keishmu to begin with. It's not my mount. It's not my problem. I don't care. The Tiger mount looks awful anyway, if you ask me. Also, every time I go to ZG on stream, both mounts seem to drop anyway. Like,
Wow, you guys are really missing out. Twitch.tv.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. McConnell has the Tiger. Or sorry, he has the Raptor. In Classic WoW, McConnell legitimately has the Raptor. I don't know why he has the Raptor. I have no idea why. But he does. It makes me so mad.
I'm gonna keep plugging my stream until you show up. No, you see, my beef with
So fucking
Keishmu goes
stupid.
back. Way back. Back before Zul'Gurub, back before I was even raiding, back before people had even taken notice of my superior World of Warcraft content. My beef goes back to...
Jesus.
I had just failed to complete a lower Blackrock Spire run
I was literally
after
there
a
when it
hint
dropped.
of a
I was in
hunter
the call,
had
yeah, I
ninja
was.
looted the robe of the Archmage pattern away from the group's
Oh.
mage. The group's mage was also the
That
person
shit
that
was
brought
so
the healer and
expensive.
tank with him, so it was GG no re. I hearthed to
Yeah.
Kargath, invited a friend from Guild who was looking to start a dungeon, and this is where our story begins. Now, because I'm actually trying to finish these fucking dungeons, I had the genius idea to get everyone to say they agree to not needing on BOEs unless they're an actual upgrade before the run would even begin. That way, if someone did...
So Barney pulled a Royson. Barney straight up went and pulled a Royson. Oh my god.
ninja something, I would
Guess
have
what's
the
gonna
evidence
happen?
necessary to put their reputation in the mud. With an idea this good,
Guess what
nothing
fucking
could
is gonna
possibly go
happen?
wrong.
Sure, I agree. Smiley face.
After a brief discussion on where we each needed to go, we settled on Scholarments and I jumped into looking for groups to fill the party. Less than 10 minutes later, the job was already done because
That's
man,
fast.
Phase 1 WoW Classic was...
Oh, what a magical time to be a
It was
gamer.
popping
And
off. There
each
were
and
a
every
lot of
party
people
member
playing
has
back
agreed to
then.
my no needing on BOEs that aren't an upgrade for your class rules, so this is
Yeah.
gonna be
Really good.
Betrayal joins the party. Another 10 minutes pass, and I show up to Scholarments alongside the Warlock and the Shaman. With my patented God, I fucking love being a rogue move, I unlock the door, which is lucky because no one else in this party actually had the key to the door. Without me, entrance to this dungeon would require completion of a 5-part quest chain, a quest chain which requires completion of another separate quest chain to even begin. It's like a 3-hour ordeal. I've never done it. I play rogue. But what can I say?
Like, we just did that naturally. Like, I didn't even know it took that long. I just went and I did the fucking quests. It was not even a big deal.
Prepared with max lockpicking because I'm a team
Just ghost
player.
walk, yeah, that's
These
what a lot of
gamers
people
were
do.
lucky to have ended up in my group. Some more than others. We summon the rest of the group and head inside for what would unravel to be one of the smoothest dungeon experiences I had had up to this point in the game. I mean, this shaman was dropping Wind Fury. I already poisoned my main hand though. Without a single death, we cleared the first room, the mini-boss, the second room, the secret blood ritual boss, and the third room.
I don't think I've ever been in a dungeon group this good.
Even when clearing out the basement, the uncontested worst part of the dungeon, we didn't flinch. 9 parties out of 10
Wow.
might skip this room and its boss, but not us, for we were...
So are you telling me that Barney had this great group and they went and ninja'd shit out of this group?
5
That
Chad
is
alpha
shameless.
hardcore WoW gamers in their prime, ahead of the curve and thriving.
Absolutely
We took that
fucking
momentum and
shameless.
plowed through the hatchery and into Rattlegore's domain. This trash is known to slap, but I slap harder, bitch. I learned it from my parents. And then my Shadowcraft boots dropped. For those not in the know, these boots are part of
Just
the
out of
Rogue
fucking nowhere.
class-specific dungeon set, which, after collecting every piece and doing a long quest chain, eventually upgrades into the Dark Mantle set, which is just completely broken. I roll a 100
Guess
and
I'll just
win the
ninja loot,
boots.
yeah.
This is my first ever time
Nope.
in Scholarments. A
Wow.
terrible omen. You see, I hadn't figured this out back then, but good luck and bad luck are actually the same thing. It's all just relative to your perspective.
What?
Shadowcraft boots on my first Scholarments was very lucky.
Yes.
Shadowcraft chest on my 206th Upper Blackrock Spire run was also very lucky when you really think about it. In the naive pursuit of good luck, I have cursed myself forevermore. I got what I wanted,
my
and now
God.
it is all I can do but to bear witness to my fate
Oh my
and
fucking
smile.
fuck
Nice
that.
little upgrade.
Fuck
I was
that.
so naive back then. I wish there was some way to go back in time to warn you. I really do. I'm so undeserving of what's about to happen.
What makes Starborn the greatest game you've never heard of? Well, to begin with, it's basically Civilization in space but with thousands and thousands of players. And the absolute gargantuan size of the 3D map is staggering. The sheer number of players vying for galactic dominance is incredible. And they do this in a political landscape that's completely driven by themselves. And it's the kind of people this sort of game attracts. Strategists who create elaborate plans of attack. Politicians who debate and scheme. Turtles who build vast industrial empires. And the instigators who just want to see the world burn. When you combine them all on Discord, you get a wonderful, helpful community that produces incredible stories of the rise and fall of empires. Many of the devs were hired from the community, and they hang out on Discord all the time. The community manager regularly makes a fool of himself with music.
Okay, put it in perspective, all right? This item right here was the best threat weapon in the entire fucking game in Phase 1.
Alcor's
It was
sun rays
insane.
dropped. The Phase 1 pre-raid offhand bis for Dagger Rogues. Outside
And
of
also
Core
Warriors for
Houndtooth
threat.
and Molten Core, it literally doesn't get better than this.
It's just
So why am I wielding 2 Gutgore Rippers now, you might be wondering?
Because you got snubbed on Core Houndtooth, Perdition's Blade for 10 months straight across
Sounds like
2 guilds,
grenades.
and everyone that actually ended up with those weapons quit or just
Yeah.
couldn't outperform you. That's actually why. But
Sounds like
what were you
grenades.
saying?
Remember that?
No, I have double Gutgore Ripper right now because even though I had the entire party in 4K, well, 720p upscaled to 1080p, agreeing to not need on any BOEs unless they were a legitimate upgrade for your class,
Yeah.
they all needed on the fucking dagger anyway.
You are needing on this.
You see, like, it's need before greed until the item drops that you want. And then, or the expensive item, and then everybody needs.
Bullshit.
It's a BOE epic. You can't expect that from people.
I can expect it if you agreed to it prior to coming.
The rolls went out, and
It's
if
the
it
way of the
wasn't for that
road.
damn druid Keshmu, I would have won. And this is where I started huffing the copium.
I hadn't just been ninjured. Occasionally,
Yeah, he'll trade it to you, right?
Been in so many
Yeah, because he wanted to make sure it maintained
me
integrity.
under the bus for
Absolutely.
500 gold, would he?
As it turns
The
out,
rules are the
yes.
rules until they're
he
not.
would. The team cleared
Yep.
the rest of the dungeon as I sat completely shook, crying in the corner like a little bitch. When the dungeon was done, I checked the auction house right away, and there it was. My dagger. This ends bad for you. Keshmu made a mistake fucking over an undead that day because, as with every Forsaken,
Oh my
I
god,
do
so
not
that happened
forgive.
a year ago?
And I do not
Holy
forget.
shit.
307 days later, I would have my revenge.
What?
Did you think I had Did you think I had forgiven?
Oh my
Behold
god.
now the terrible
course.
vengeance of the beekeeper.
That road,
What?
And death to the druids.
this isn't over.
Jesus Christ.
It's not. I had Keshmu camped all day until he eventually went to bed. In hindsight, I wish I got more shots of his ass getting lit
Fuck
up.
him,
but,
man.
well, time
That's
was
what he gets.
running out.
There's more filler, I promise.
He offered to get me in on a DoorDash delivery scam, and all he needed was my address.
Oh.
Yeah, okay. Bond, it's your turn.
Sounds great.
Time to farm more birds.
Sounds like a great idea, yeah.
Alright, this isn't gonna be easy to say to you. I mean, you're not stupid, but you know, it's really not looking good for you. With Hayes finishing in the next 30 minutes, we gotta move on to his quest line, so most of the guild's gonna leave the zone. And that's basically just gonna be you, the rats, or whatever else is left out there that cares about you getting scareboard. Looks like a bunch of mages that barely know how to drop a blizzard on the ground. I mean, it's pretty hard to play one button class, but they make it look really hard. The present
You think he's exaggerating? But if you played Classic WoW, you'd know he's not.
you're gonna have
He's not exaggerating.
Once Hayes moves out, it's probably not substantial enough to carry you through where you want to get it. I can't keep people out farming imaginary bug kill points. At some point, they're gonna realize that it's a big scam, and they're gonna drop out. So you're just letting you know if you're serious about this, which I know you are.
Yeah.
But if you're really, really serious about this, you gotta make something radical happen.
He was right. It wasn't looking good. But I already knew that. Hell, it wasn't looking good 3 weeks ago when I was 18th on the list, let alone today when it's the start of my farm 48 hours before the gates open. However,
you can do it. In 48 hours, you can do Scarab Lord. 100%.
a few days ago,
If you
an
have the whole
ingenious
guild on your
epiphany
side.
struck me. With the war effort now complete, I was once again left with a simply obscene amount of gold laying around that no longer has a purpose.
That's
I
big
was
money.
also left with a zone full of fragments selling rats with a dwindling buyer's market. Quick timeline check. It's currently August 16th. Every single guild who isn't Final Boss or Goof has vacated Silithus days ago.
So they're
I
gone.
am the only Scarab Lord target left on the server.
Oh my
the
God.
market price for a carapace
strength
fragment
is
has
truly
fallen from a peak of 4.12 gold
Duty
to
calls you
sub
to
1
right.
gold depending
Where
on your
strength is
buyer.
truly
Yesterday,
tested.
I personally bought out
Oh
the
my.
last remaining farming guild Horde Mafia of their 7,200
This could actually
fragment
be it.
stockpile for 75 silver each.
Holy
so I
shit.
could execute the final part of my monopolizing Silithus. You see, anyone now left in Silithus not in Final Boss or Goof is
We're
farming
beginning to
fragments in
believe.
the hopes of selling them off to the highest bidder. However, with me as literally the only buyer left on the server, I
They
now
had-
have the monopoly on the fragments.
Yeah.
50 silver is the only price. If you had stockpiled fragments, you were forced to either sell them to me
'Cause it's
or go
worthless
fuck
afterwards,
yourself. These
exactly.
fragments are going to be vendor trash tomorrow, so I think we both know what you're going to do. If you wanted to keep farming, well, you could make up to 2 gold per mob kill, which is still a way better gold
pretty
farm
damn
than pretty
good.
much anywhere else. A fair wage for a fair job. But even with this in mind, my guild leader was right. It wasn't looking good. I currently have less than 48 hours to not only finish my entire bug farm, but then also,
You have
you
to do
know,
all the quests.
do the rest of the quest. Yes, this
Yes.
this is just the 3rd quest of 32. It's really not looking good. I
You
put
have to do that in
5,400
48
gold
hours.
into 7,200 fragments, and that's still barely a dent in the 42,000 total
Oh my
fragments I
God.
need to finish my bug farm. And with a
So you would have needed almost 50,000 gold to be able to afford all of this.
Only about 5,000 gold left. At this rate, I would go broke before I'd even be halfway done. But let's say I did it. Let's say I spent all my gold and I'm about halfway done. Could I finish my bug farm in a reasonable time frame? Warning. Well, there's around 300 possible bug spawns on the map. They have a respawn timer of at most 15 minutes, and you can safely assume you'll get an average of 2 fragments per kill. So with these things in mind, if you work at peak AoE efficiency across the entire map, and this is assuming there's no PvP, there's no interruption, and then nothing else is going on, you can get 2,400 fragments per hour. So let's say
really good.
I only need 21,000 fragments because I'm halfway through, and we work at
Takes like
half
10
of the
hours.
peak possible efficiency and get 1,200 fragments an hour. I
Right.
could technically finish my bug farm in 17 hours, which would
Easy.
then leave 31 hours for the rest of the quest.
You could do that.
And 0 hours
You
for
could
sleep.
do that.
It could work. However,
Yes.
most guildies were burnt out from farming. They
No.
had left Silithus to
No,
help
they're
Hayes
not.
with his questline, and
Not
they
yet.
probably weren't coming back. I was left with a bunch of mages and shamans, and respectfully speaking, the mages were single-target Andes used to raiding. If I wanted them efficiently AoE farming the now mostly barren Silithus, I was going to have to teach them how to do it.
And also, by the way, on top of that, is Barney might not know this, but you have an 8-hour window. So you don't have 48 hours, you have 56 hours. Because you have the 8-hour window between the time the first person rings the gong and nobody else can ring it again. So you have another 8 hours on top of that. Like, it's totally possible. Totally. Barney can do this.
Playmate.
100%.
I really don't have the time to learn, which means I am left no choice.
Bro, I know.
Locations in my... There's something.
See this ad? I made it with AI and it gets me paid every day of the week. Sunday mornings when I'm sleeping in, this video makes me money. Tuesday afternoon when I'm at the gym, yep, makes me money. But what about Friday night when I'm at the club? Yes, makes me money then too, and quite a lot. Usually at least a couple $1,000s on the low end, 6 figures in revenue a month. And the craziest part is I don't write most of my ads anymore. AI does. I don't do the voiceovers either. And if you have the YouTube app on your phone, yes, you could do this too. And make money while you're eating enchiladas for lunch on Wednesday. Or playing golf on Sunday. You get...
You have to do it.
I am drawn to this place. I know things about it now. Things I shouldn't have seen. Things I should not know. Things I will now show you, like the secret entrance to the Caverns of Time.
Wow.
But that is not the only thing. Have you ever thought about how your life could have been different had you made alternate decisions at key moments in your life?
Never.
Would you be happier, richer,
Never.
more fulfilled had you chosen another path?
Never.
Would you be worse off? I think about this a lot.
I never do that.
The Caverns of Time holds the entrance to every timeline and every reality that could ever exist. Pursuing forbidden knowledge, sacrifices will be made one way or another. I don't know if this is going to work, but the theory is airtight, and I'm really left no choice.
Wish me luck. It's time.
The thing is that a wise man once said, you only get one shot, you only get one opportunity. Do not miss your chance. Even if it is so bleak, even if everything is against you, even if everything is just totally, like, I remember the day, the final night that the Bear Mount was in the game for the original ZA, we started our run and the server crashed. We came back, and I got my fucking bear. Yep. It's not over till it's over. Yeah.
What you are witnessing here is a level 59 undead mage, 3 experience points away from level 60, about to enter Ironforge for the first.
And get level 60.
And what better way to ding 60 than to parkour up the side of a giant mountain, drop down onto this unsuspecting level 8 myself, and palm pyro him to the shadow realm. Temptation to pick rogues, and with OP stealth, OP damage, opening lockboxes, and objectively the best PvP experience due to bust with no fun allowed combos, that's you wondering, why did I pick mage? Because I'm this guy. And this guy. Why stop at just one mage when I can multi-box an army? Why hug dungeons when I can control the entire thing myself? Why struggle in just fucking love being a mage? nothing. Unstick a trinket that gives 3% bonus.
You run down.
Right? Hello? And if you think I'm intending this roleplay event instead of farming gold, how did I get epic resonance? I have 1 gold. As many scarabs as possible.
How many are there?
One for myself.
What the?
Who could stop me? Who could possibly stop me? Oh, that's not.
Oh my god. What?
Why does every outdoor brand think I want to look like this? I know I don't. Here today is getting out of control, especially the pants. They're putting seams and zippers all over the place just to make them look the part. And all these extra pockets, those are super awkward and definitely not comfortable. And cargo pants, well, those don't look good on anybody. Why can't you have a pair of technical pants that are perfect for everyday wear? Introducing the Terran Daily Driver Pants. We set out to create an adventure travel gear company focused on great design. We started with our traveler pants and then added these daily drivers to feel even more comfortable in all 4 seasons. We added 2 hidden zipper pockets directly behind the main front pockets. And since they look closed, this allows you to keep your valuables secure while keeping your front pockets free for everyday use. This keeps the weight higher on your hips and eliminates objects from swinging or moving. Our 4-way stretch fabric has the perfect amount of stretch and unbelievable comfort and mobility. Like any good outdoor pants, ours comes with all the usual suspects. Moisture wicking, quick dry, and of course, antimicrobial to reduce the stink. The 2 features we're most excited about are...
What? No.
You know, there was a part of me that thought maybe you would be smart enough to just not show up. Well, you know me.
Shut up.
Yeah, we're not gonna need any talking from you. See, I know
Dude.
why you're here. And
Bro,
you
this
know I know
escalated
why
so
you're here,
fast.
And I know you know that we've both seen this timeline play out. So before I kill you, let me ask you this: Why are you here? Alas, a rhetorical question I don't need an answer to because I already
The
know
mages-
the answer. Instead of not coming here and not dying. here intentionally to die for one reason. What? You were never going to get Scarab Lord in the first place, were you? You already saw it. You still made all this fuss over all those empty promises. Oh, the sand didn't make the conclusion of it. You saw the successful timelines and even though you knew from the start you were destined for failure. It would be admirable if it wasn't so fucking pathetic. So now you've come here to die like a coward in another timeline so that you might disappear a legend in your own and not have to face your own failure.
Bro, this escalated
Really
so
are from
fast.
the worst timeline, huh? Well, don't worry.
Holy
little bro.
shit.
I promise. I'm achieving your dreams.
Oh, this is amazing.
Our dreams. 100-fold. Every farming spot in the game is capped by me. Every dungeon booster is me. No mage can possibly hope to outbid me in any GDKP because I am the economy. And don't worry about me getting Scarab Lord. I've already farmed 50 scepters because I am Silithus. Even now as we speak, I'm efficiently farming all 3 hives and the spire. No one can stand against me. I am fully self-sufficient. The perfect single-player experience. Welcome to my world of Warcraft. And goodbye. So ends the tale of Farm. Warrior who ran out of time. But as for me, well, I still have Scarab Lords to farm. Which means all of you should have halved already. You know, you guys used to be a lot more responsive.
Oh my
If
god.
I wasn't here, you would fall apart. And I suppose I better go check and see if they actually buried the dragon like I commanded them to. Which is stuff these days. I hate it, actually. Should have just not killed the
Dearest Barney BT,
Oh my
I
god,
won't
this
always
is
be
too
there
much.
to guard you, and the ancestors foretell you'll keep fighting even if I'm not there to heal. So please do me a favor and keep this trinket with you. They say if you ever fall in battle, this card can bring you back from the Shadowlands. If you're lucky enough, that is.
Stay back! Get away from me!
Oh my god.
Give me just 7 days, and if you're not winning 80 to 90% of your trades, then you don't pay, and on top of that, I'll give you $1,000 for wasting your time. The reason I'm so confident is because I met AD, who's the trader, over 3 years ago now. He's been trading for over 10 years, and he's tracked every single trade he took over the last 3 years, over 3,000 or so trades, and he had a win rate of over 80 to 90%. We have hundreds of case studies. Making you the next case study will not be an issue. We have Zach, who is now one of our best coaches, coaching everyone on how to get the most success with it. We have Trisha, who is a mom of like a few kids, started with 2K now at 27K. Christian West started with like 1,500 to 7K. And the reason I know I can give you results in the next week is because you are basically copying exactly what our trader is doing. And not only one trader, we have 2 traders who both have an average of a 90% win rate. And every single one of their trades has been tracked for over 3 years now, so we know that they are the real deal. They're not confused, they don't flex anything, they are straight up traders that get results. You can try this on a paper trading account, so there's no risk to you at all. If you still aren't profitable, you don't pay for it at all. So you can book a call with us and we'll give you a demo. Click somewhere on this video and I'll see you there.
Time to ditch that nasty washcloth and get the body buffer.
New to the Manscaped collection is this body buffer. The body buffer is 100% silicone-based antibacterial exfoliator. Helps you get more lather without harsh, painful scrubbing. Alternatives like loofahs and washcloths use a laying ground for bacteria.
The Body Buffer superpowered bristles designed to help remove dead skin, bacteria, and reduce ingrown hairs.
My hair has hair. Was I supposed to talk about how hairy I am? Does that help sell body buffers? They just released a brand new buff bundle. Better and better.
You actually get 2 Manscaped body washes inside the wash.
So it's top-notch ingredients like aloe vera, sea salt, clean, fresh, and most importantly, moisturize. The details matter. These make me feel more manly than using a loofah, and I'll never be able to use anything else again.
He's so smelly.
After all, when it comes to grooming, they say buff is always better.
reflect stun proc?
You wanna know something, Mage Me? If I try to solo even one elite mob in Silicus, I have to use all my cooldowns, and even then I barely my friends. Whilst you were at home studying the arcane, I was outside on the overworld.
Oh no!
Roleplay
Social.
You spend so much time alone that I bet you don't even know what a toaster does. What a change it feels like, am I right? My shaman always has my back, even if they're not here. But where are your mages now, huh? You sent them off to farm more meaningless gold so you can continue the loop of doing everything by yourself, and for what? So we're not meant to be able to do everything alone and on demand. The social aspect is part of the experience. The tedium of forming a group. The shitters, the leavers, the egos, the ninjas, and overcoming it all anyway. That's the point. That is the world of Warcraft, and the world isn't a perfect place. You can't always have your way, and sometimes things go wrong. But is victory even worth chasing if there's no struggle? Oh, that's how I sounded when I was monologuing to you. Oh, come now, don't try to hide from the truth. I've always been cringe. No, I am...
Based on what?
Human?
Thank you, stranger. With the horrible mage dead, my spirit can finally rest. Goodbye.
Human? That's just messed up. I'm sorry, Human. I couldn't save you this timeline. Oh, you're not sorry you couldn't save me. Why, that's a character. Who oh, it's me as a priest. Wait, a healer? I'm actually offended. No, I'm Shadow.
A healer?
Wait, Shadow in Classic? Why? Okay, so... Oh, that's how we silence. Yeah, that's cool. Consuming the brain, you'll be able to understand mage stuff. Okay, Lich King. You know what? You'll figure it out. My spirit is fine with this. I'm going. Fine. Dickhead. I like that. Okay, here I go cannibalizing again. Wait, it's that easy? It's that easy? I first time for this knowledge. So I left the mage timeline with my forbidden arcane.
This is such a mind.
And I'm like really smart now, you guys. Like, did you know that these mages aren't actually conjuring fire or ice? Yeah, that fireball, that's just arcane, but it's really hot. That frostbolt, that's just arcane.
It's really
just
cold.
really cold.
Yeah.
They're huge fucking frauds.
I caught on fast, huh?
Okay, I should probably teach these fucking mages how to play. I gathered all the mages inside my hive, and lo, did I part with my forbidden AoE farming techniques that I definitely got from eating the brain of people.
Wait, so Barney brought together all of the mages in the realm to all collectively farm Scarab Crisis in the last final hours of Scarab Wars.
Not completely.
Wow.
Is there a way that you might be able to simplify that? Not for me. What? It was a lot to take in. Some of these mages were a natural. Some of these mages were clowns. Some of these mages didn't make it at all. But after the AoE training was complete, my army of Thrust was ready. 48 hours left. It was time to farm bugs.
Oh my god.
So, are you a man who's looking to overcome pornography addiction or anything under the umbrella of sex addiction? Anything, right? Maybe OnlyFans or escorts or cam girls or whatever it is, right? But you don't know where to turn for help? Maybe it's because you're not part of a religious group, and most addiction recovery groups that exist with this tend to be in a religious setting, and you don't want to do it there because maybe you are not religious. This is not talked about nearly enough in the way it needs to be. The men who are suffering from this are silently experiencing immense amounts of shame, low self-worth, inadequacy, and just don't know where to turn and keep relapsing and failing and relapsing and failing, even though you made a promise to yourself over and over that you're going to put this behind you. Maybe you understand a little bit about the neurobiology and you just want to perform and excel and be highly motivated, highly focused, advanced in your career, or perform really amazingly with a real life sexual partner. Maybe that's your wife or a girlfriend or a partner of some sort, right? And you know that pornography or any sex addiction can massively hold you back from all any of this. If any of this piques your interest whatsoever, I put together a free webinar for you that goes over the 5 shifts required to overcome pornography addiction. And it's really anything under the umbrella of sex addiction. Here you see pornography addiction, but it's all of it. And so if you're curious in what that is, go ahead and register right now. Click the button, and you are going to get access to watch it. It's something you really need, and it will all make sense. Oh, and if you're curious who I am, Jessica Jordan here in Northern California. Those are redwood trees behind me. I actually had brain damage that induced a state of hypersexuality disorder, which is super common. People who have any form of trauma. If someone has unresolved trauma.
We're beginning to believe. We are beginning to believe. What is this? This would be so fast, too. God, this is just... Sometimes I wish I could go back to playing classic WoW again for the first time. It was so cringe and so stressful, but there was something that was just special about it. It's actually happening. The ball man will ride the red Cerberus. It might happen today. We'll see what happens. I don't know. Fucked up the map, guys. So my bad.
Let's fucking go! 19 hours later, we had finished my bug farm. When I started this journey some 3 weeks ago, I honestly never expected to even have a shot at attempting the rep grind, let alone finish it. But here I stood, the 46th and final person on Romulus who would finish their rep farm before the gates would open. Speaking of the gates, they're due to open in 29 hours, and
you have
well,
so much time.
You can see the video length. Are you gonna make me spell this out? Yes? Okay. Firstly, I haven't slept since, I don't know. There are still 29 quests to do, and whilst the bug farm section is by far the longest, hardest part of the quest chain, most of these quests still need a large raid group to complete, especially the parts of the quest that actually have you going into the raid's molten core and Blackwing Lair and beating the raid. Furthermore, my guild had fully completed 10 Scarab Lords at this point, which meant pretty much everyone had used their weekly raiding lockouts assisting those targets. They wouldn't be able to help me even if they wanted to, and so this is, unfortunately, where my Scarab Lord story ends.
Starborn is a massively multiplayer online strategy game. The goal is to build up your empire, forge alliances with other players, and establish dominance over the map by capturing and holding territory.
Is what I would say if I was a bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you forget who you were watching? I made a promise that I was gonna see this event through to the very end, and those gates are not open yet.
Never give up.
29 hours, 29 quests, 0 hours sleep, because that's my ninja way.
Yes. Oh my god. What a fucking video. Holy
Subscribe right now.
shit.
Subscribe. Watch my stream.
Oh my
Patreon.
god.
Patreon. Like the video.
Look at that, dude. Wow. Holy fucking shit. Oh my god. It's so good. Wow. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, the first half was, like, kind of chill. Bro, the moment the mage came in, it was like shit just went it was like, you know, it is what it is, and you know, it is what it is, whatever, right? But like things just went fucking off the rails, man. Like, god damn, that was fucking, dude, that is, oh my fucking god. Like, you guys, that like the video, subscribe to Barney, fucking watch the video. Listen, there is a part 2 of this. We are not watching part 2 until tomorrow. We are watching part 2 tomorrow. I fucking promise we are watching part 2. I never promise shit, but I am promising that we are gonna watch part 2 tomorrow, okay, guys? We are watching it 100%. I am so dude, this video was fucking amazing. Part 2? No, not part 2, okay? That's not it. Barney almost has 1 million subscribers, guys. Almost has 1 million subscribers. If everybody here subscribed, we could get Barney to 1 million subscribers. But I'll say this, listen, these videos took forever, all right? If I would say support anybody, it would definitely be Barney with these fucking videos. These videos take forever to make. I've made videos like this before. I know. These are a huge time investment. These are massive undertakings. And I'm going to link it again. Link it again. Link it again. Yes. Please, please give Barney your support. Like, give Barney your Twitch primes and not me. Barney on Twitch. Please, do that.
The Battle of Stalingrad has begun in Enlisted, the free Second World War online shooter. The latest major update has added a new campaign.
Oh my god, it's so good! This is probably the greatest WoW series I've maybe ever seen. Gentlemen, yesterday we watched a very big video. We watched a massive fucking video. Today we return, and we're going to watch the end of the line. Barney's new video. It is fucking time. Who's ready? Let's go. The wait is over, yep. Alright, let's do it. Goof Troop. I remember them from the old video. Holy shit. I hope that Barney actually gets Ghost. I really do. I hope it happens because it is the ultimate story of triumph. Here we go. End of the line. Imagine that.
I just figured it would be easier to do it now because if I do it later, you guys might be like, wait, the number has gone up. So no questions for
All right, let's see it. Volume up? Okay.
Approaching the caverns of time, waiting patiently to speak with us. Now that I have secured my reputation as the greatest man above all time,
Wow.
Anachronos is finally willing to stop being a child. Like, you don't know who I am? I'm the main character of Formula. I literally drive 11 bus bars. This guy should be
The main character of the server, I like that.
The host of talent.
Wow. Amazing.
If there was ever any question that this game's design has always been malicious, this quest proves it. Wow,
Yeah.
did you just beat the most insane grind we've ever put in the game? Nice. Here's your downgrade, dickhead quest.
Yeah, here's a ring that's worse than what you got in Molten Core.
Next up, Anachrono says, hey, you know that redstone you keep ominously including in all the cinematics? Go check it out. So we go check it out, and that's when we get the lore dump I explained in episode 1. You guys remember that, right? With the bugs and the dragons and the useless archdruid smashing the scepter so no one can open the gates ever again.
Those were the good days.
Quest complete. I was then summoned back to Anachronos, and this is the point in the questline where it's revealed we need to be the ones to find those gems and rebuild that scepter, because Anachronos is too depressed to do it himself or something. Same. The whereabouts of the gem.
I don't know why we had to do it for him either. I didn't read that part of the quest. I did this back in Wrath of the Lich King before it got removed.
This is, of course, a complete mystery. Even though Anachronos appointed a guardian for each gem after the Archdruid had his little Joker moment.
The Farian, that was a mistake.
I guess that wasn't his Joker moment. His Joker moment was probably when he joined Ragnaros in Cataclysm, huh?
That guy was
still
just
so
an
shocking
asshole
to me, too. Like, Ragnaros wanted this guy as his right-hand man?
Yeah.
This guy? I mean, I know Executor set the bar low, but this guy he just took L's non-stop for like 1,000 years. That's like his lore.
Loser.
Even his gimmick achievement is harder than his encounter. I'm getting sidetracked. Each gem was appointed a guardian.
That actually is
for
true.
one reason or another. Every single guardian has abandoned their duty. But I've played Dark Souls 3, so I already know how this one goes. We are told to prepare for the worst, and we are sent on our way.
All right.
So this is the part where the questline breaks into 3 separate threads. Each thread follows the search for one of the 3 gems, and these can be done in any order. If you collect all 3 gems, you can bring them to Anachronos, and he will use them to craft the Scepter of the Fuck this. It's the last episode. If you get the scepter, you get the mount, okay? But because this questline is wibbly wobbly, you can do it in any order, so wacky. To prevent any confusion on your part, you can check the title card of each section to know which questline we're currently progressing. You can also see how many total
Oh my
quests
god,
and
this
how
shit
much
was
time
so
is left until the
complicated.
gates open. I'm spoon-feeding you the content.
Oh my
I'm also
god.
just taking the time now to let you know that we have entered chronological storytelling. Bitch. The rest of this video takes place chronologically over 29 hours, which is now 28 hours. It's not looking good. But you want to know what is looking good? The Barney Beekeeper plushie. Wow. Wow. I designed it myself.
Wait,
the real
what?
magnetizable hands let you replace the weapons with actual knives. My lawyers have told me to inform you that that was a joke. Please do not replace the weapons with actual knives.
Oh my god.
Render your entire
We can
life's
actually
work
get one of
corrupted
those?
with one touch of the
I might
magnet
get
hand.
one. That's awesome.
I've corrupted my hard drive. As with
Jesus.
any plushie, you can put it on your desk, your bed, or even in the corner of your room.
Yeah,
Safe
that
in
is
the
really
knowledge
cool.
It will stay exactly where you left it. Any reports that the Barney Beekeeper plushie is actually alive have been greatly exaggerated.
Of course.
He's undead. Fuck it. Mask on.
No, they'll never know it was me.
When they said, hey, this is too much for one plush, I said, shut the fuck up. I wanted to have a hood as well. Hood now included. As it turns out, spending 3 years making the best World of Warcraft video series on the platform isn't the most financially responsible thing you can do. Which is why you're all gonna buy the plush so it was worth it, right? Right?
Absolutely. 100%.
Just kidding, guys. Only buy the plush if you like it. But I should tell you, if we don't sell out, I'm never uploading again. Beekeeper.shop. The link in the description.
So this is the plush is a real thing then.
Shara. Named after the Night Elf Queen who did the thing. You'd think
Yeah.
this zone would present
She really
endgame
fucked this
challenges
stuff up.
worthy of its namesake, but actually it's pretty fucking dead. But that's because as Shara was never intended as a questing zone to begin with, it was meant
supposed to be a
to
battleground?
be Dota. Don't believe me?
Yeah.
I'm about to blow your mind. Originally designed as an instant battleground, as Shara
We
had
watched this
3
video, I
lanes,
remember
2
this.
large jungles, and a river
This shit
running
was
down
crazy.
the middle.
Does this sound familiar? It's implied that the two teams would
thanks, Cody. I
advance on
appreciate
each
that.
other
Thank you,
until
dude.
one base fell. But it must have been really fucking
very
boring
much.
because it was scrapped super close to release, and now Azshara exists like this. Now, I don't blame Blizzard for scrapping their battleground. They never did quite figure out that really...
No, they could never figure it out that well.
Nothing with the zone in 12 years. Remember the big cannon? I don't think
they said we were going to be able to
Anyway,
shoot.
we're here to talk to this big dragon. This is Azhagos. Hi, I'm Azhagos. You might remember
And
him
he
from
gives you the
closing the
quest.
gates 1,000 years ago. But what you might not know about Azhagos is that he is the blue dragonflight... Oh, wait, hold on. He is the blue dragonflight's trinket keeper, which basically means he's every blue dragon's bankhole. He fucking hates it. He despises the fact that whilst every other blue drake is off in the
I didn't even
Nexus
know that was
banging
a thing.
mana straight from the source, having the sickest parties of all time, he's stuck in fucking Azshara, dead zone, no bitches, dodging other people's stuff, ridiculous enemy.
Yeah, they got rid of him in like Cataclysm,
And
I think.
Kronos gave the blue scepter gem to the blue dragonflight to keep him safe forever. So what that actually meant was Azhagos was given the blue scepter gem to keep safe forever. And just like any dragon who is guarding a one-of-a-kind gem, Azhagos would be targeted by more treasure hunters than ever before. And
Yeah.
Azhagos was pissed. 500 years
Yeah, we
later.
killed him a few fucking times.
I don't need a wife. My job fucks me. At this point, Azhagos had lost count of the amount of attempts made on his life because of this damn gem. And just like with literally any Blizzard character, if you give them enough time, he became unhinged. And then he fed the blue scepter gem to a fish.
You know, now that I feel... Wait. Oh, yeah. That actually, this, by the way, is not an exaggeration. This is actually what happened in the story.
Present day. I cannot take 5 steps without some crazed orc or human trying to thrust a sharp stick into my eye. Looks like life didn't get any better for Azhagos after all. That'll have to wait until Cataclysm, when he enters into a romantic relationship with a spirit healer. Real, actual lore, by the way. So now we know the fate of the blue gem, one of the trillion fish healer. We'll have to wait until Cataclysm, when he enters into a romantic relationship with a spirit healer. Real, actual...
Oh my god.
Lore, by the
I
way.
didn't know
so
that.
now we know the fate of the blue gem.
I never
One of
fucking
the
knew that.
trillion
Wow.
Fish in the sea ate it. Also, because he's currently
This
in his
dude's
wacky,
fucking ghost.
unhinged, edgy. It's not a phase. Azhagos enchanted that same fish with arcane properties for the lulz in the hope it would become a giant
Just
sea
for
monster
fun.
who terrorizes fishermen.
Just to
However,
do
he
it.
does throw us a bone and tells us that if we make a out of arcanite, the arcane properties of that metal should attract the fish. It's probably not a fish anymore, but some kind of sea terror. Azhagos gives us a ledger to take to a contact of his in Tanaris, whom he describes as a terrible, terrible psychic,
The
but an
fucking
amazing
gnome.
engineer. With any luck, perhaps this guy can help us out.
I
and if
remember
not,
this.
well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Because Azhagos is done talking to us. Well, time to head to Tanaris and find this engineer, or rather, time to wait for my son there, huh? Handing over the engineer.
See, that's power gaming right there. That's being the main character of the server, okay, guys?
We ask him if he can make the Arcanite Bababooey, to which he responds, "Hi, read this ship, bro. It's in Draconic." Another funny little prank from our friend Azhagos, who, by the way, according to quest dialogue, knows the engineer can't read Draconic, which means he did this shit on purpose. I am laughing. I'm gonna kill Azhagos. Even though he can't read
This, by the way, is the best questline Blizzard's ever made.
Draconic, the engineer says he's willing to give it a shot anyway. He'll just need a couple of items beforehand. The first item he needs is a Draconic translation guide, which is a completely reasonable ask. The second thing he needs are his reading goggles that his ex-BFF stole from him. Sure, whatever, he needs them to read. And the third thing he needs is a 500-pound chicken. Look at this fucking guy.
Oh,
According
yeah.
to his pondering orb, his ex-BFF is either hiding just outside of Gilneas Factory Furries, or somewhere in Outland being pursued by the Legion. Luckily for me, we don't need to wait until TBC to find him. Quest complete. But we will need to wait to find those goggles because he dropped them in Molten Core. It is at this point I realize had I not left that Peace Bloom DKP earlier on in the week, I would have been locked in
I
Molten
forgot all
Core
about
and
that.
unable to even attempt this part of the quest. So thank you, Dawnbreakers, for hosting a scam DKP and being so unnecessarily hostile and questioned about it. Without you, none of this is possible. But we're gonna need...
I feel like I've never been in a DKP raid that wasn't a scam. Like, every single one that I was ever in, including the ones that I was leading, they were all scams. Every single one.
To put a pin in that because I'm leaving this raid group and joining.
It's like, oh, it's a rounding
Why?
error.
Because it's
Oh,
almost
not a
7
big deal.
p.m., which means the Winter Court
Just a
are
rounding
raiding
error.
Blackwing Lair. Among the 3 shards, the red shard is by far the easiest to obtain, as it was given to Nefarian, and I literally kick the shit out of this guy every week. But as I mentioned last episode, the overwhelming majority of my guild are already locked to every raid after helping secure 10 Scarab Lords. If I wanted to attempt the segments of the questline that take place within raids, I would have to, and this is literally my guild catchphrase.
Figure it out! 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 Yo, figure it out!
Figure it out. And so I figured it out. In fact, I figured it out ahead of time.
I'm gonna tell you guys, like, I've tried to do a BWL pug on Monday night. Whew. That's something, let me tell you. That really is something.
Because I'm always steps ahead. Yesterday, when I was still farming bugs, I was also reaching out to pretty much every guild in GDKP on the server who I knew was raiding tomorrow to see if anyone could fit me into a Blackwing Lair run. I received only 2 responses back and thus was given a choice. Not between 2 guilds per se, but between 2 different risks. You see, the red shard only drops from Nefarian if you beat Blackwing Lair within 5 hours of starting.
So you have to have a good
encounter. If you fail, you actually get a bad ending letter sent to your mailbox from Nefarian himself, where he basically just flames you for being too slow. It's pretty funny and
I didn't even know that,
to be honest. But therein lay the first
we never
risk,
failed
a
ours.
self-proclaimed casual guild that doesn't require world buffs or even consumes to raid. As someone who is used to sweaty, pathetically optimized, no fun allowed, clear comms, sub 1 hour speedruns, I was no doubt hesitant to accept that offer. And then there was the second guild, a self-proclaimed hardcore guild who had the rep and logs to back it up. Clearing in time wasn't up for debate, so why did I hesitate to say yes? Well, I made a lot of enemies during my time in the desert, and how strange, they are now inviting me to BWL? Now what would I do if I was them?
Because what you would do is you would fucking get him locked to the first boss, and then as soon as that shit is over, then just immediately kick them out of the raid. That's what I would do. Like, I would get the person locked, and then kick them out immediately fucking after.
Invite me for my first boss kill, then kick me once I was saved for the raid, thereby failing my quest, locking me out of BWL for the week, and ruining Scarab Lord for me?
Yes.
I mean, it's objectively funny, and they might have gotten away with it too if I wasn't steps ahead. But if it's one thing I can just never say no to, it's the chaos of a cursed casual run.
Oh no. Oh no, they're really gonna try that. Oh no.
Welcome to Blackwing Lab Speedrun Edition. Right away, this was already the most unique run of BWL I had ever been to. Instead of being Warlock summoned inside a wall like a sweaty geek and zoning in for free, we had actually met up in-game as a raid group, socially, and cinematically approached BRM from the rear. This was
just like the
fun
old
for me
days.
because I'm a rogue, and we like it from behind.
Oh, I've heard about
from behind? So this is the first boss, Razorgore the Untamed, which I'm guessing is an ironic name because we'll be using this Orb of Domination to force him to murder his own children. That's pretty fucked up, but completely necessary. Because his mortality is tied to the eggs. If we were to just...
That is really kind of crazy whenever you think about it. You're mind controlling him to kill his own eggs? That's fucked up.
Razorgore and kill him, the eggs would explode upon his death, dealing massive damage and killing everyone. So you kill ads, kill the eggs, and then you kill the boss. Are you picking up what I'm putting down, bitch? But guys, I won't lie, this raid is really scaring me. They're cracking jokes on the mic, and they're not clearing comms. And worst of all, I think they're having... It sounds like they're having...
Are we supposed to play Daddy now?
Fun?
No. I feel like it's so funny to me that Tips hasn't streamed in like 2 years. And clear comms is still one of the biggest memes in classic WoW.
No one follow me. No one follow me. Get away from that door. Next up, I and I alone have to enter the second room and speak with Veilstrass to start the Red Shard quest.
Yeah, that's easy.
The 5-hour timer starts now. A wise man once said the purest essence of WoW's gameplay is standing and hitting.
Where's
if
the
that
world
is
buffs?
to be true, then Veilstrass is the most World of Warcraft fight World of Warcraft has to offer. Because
that was
I'm doing a lot
Danger
of
who said
standing,
that.
and with a buff that doubles your damage, you're gonna do a lot of hitting too.
Yes.
What's especially great about Veilstrass is that the double damage buff carries over to the next couple
You
of
can
trash
use it for the
mobs if you're
trash,
fast
yep.
enough, making the journey to the suppression room that bit faster. And believe me, you'll be thankful for it because this is the part where the raid slows to a grinding.
This is the worst part of all classic.
Welcome to the
This and
suppression room.
Cthulhu trash.
Designed by Satan in hell, this room features numerous
Sucks
traps which
massive
slow
big
you by
dicks.
90%. These traps can only be disarmed by rogues.
Yeah, the depression
The time
room.
you
There
disarm
you
them
go.
for is random with no tell. And whelplings constantly spawn around each trap. And that's just
Cool.
the stage hazard. Because
A little
yes,
bit of
whilst
fun,
you have
right?
to manage those
What's wrong with a
traps,
little bit
there
of
are also
fun?
trash mobs you have to clear on the way through. But I don't get to do damage because
I
I got
fucking
a ferry
hate
to
doing
raid
this,
through.
man.
It is a tedious, completely
It was
unfun
awful.
shit show of a section that spoils the pacing in what is an otherwise A-tier raid.
Yeah,
In my
Blackwing Layer
opinion.
was
The
awesome.
next boss, Broodlord Lashlayer, is a completely brain-off tank and spank. You just stand and hit. It's classic WoW. If you die to this boss, you're a complete fucking noob. You just stand and hit. It's classic WoW. If you die to this boss, you're a complete fucking noob.
True, so true. Roll on the head if you're on the quest line. Wait, I thought Barney was
All
getting it for
DPS
sure.
is going to be on Skull and X, except for one mage, and the mage will take the tanks because we don't use sappers in this guild because we're incredibly
Wait.
casual.
Wait.
I think I might throw up. After pulling 4 packs of techies with no sappers, we were ready to engage the
Oh,
hardest
no, you
boss of
don't
the
need the
raid,
head. That's right, that's
Firemaw.
right. I forgot. You already had it. Yeah,
Firemaw,
I
by
got
all
confused.
definitions, is objectively a well-designed fight, fulfilling literally every class fantasy in one encounter. The tanks get to be slapped around and boiled alive for the duration of the fight. Melee
really
get to
fun.
risk their lives trying to pass, gambling on stack resist so as to avoid downtime moving out, and range get to stand back and safely press their one button. And it sounds so easy, right?
Bunch of stacks, guys. Bunch of yours.
It is so easy, but it's the hardest boss in the dungeon. If you can beat Firemaw, you can beat any boss in Classic WoW. Firemaw is the hardest boss probably in all of Classic WoW.
Careful.
You would be mistaken. Also, because this is horde gameplay, you really gotta watch that threat.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Oh no. Yep.
That's the first time I've ever seen
Yep, that's a good old-fashioned Monday night BWL. We're just having a little bit of fun, wiping on the boss again. Just good old days.
I blame Barney, honestly. Just die now. Just die now. So anyway, we've got 5 hours, and, you know, it's gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. Yeah.
We're not gonna make it.
Yeah.
Okay. Rez up,
Yeah.
rust off, cape on, bait on, cap on.
Oh,
this
God.
doesn't usually hap on. Let's try this again.
Yes, it
and On
does.
this pull, the Winter
Shut up.
Court lived
Yes, it
up to
does.
their name because this pull
was fucking frosty. Look, Mum, I'm pumping.
We then pull the rest of the techies
With no sappers.
and I go over to this table to pick up this book, which is actually chapter 7 of Draconic for Dummies. I'll
Yup.
need to collect chapters 1 through 8 in order to make a complete book for the engineer, which I'm now
God, dude. Like, I think back on the tale of high adventure that this quest really gave you. Like, this quest, in my opinion, I feel like this is the apex pinnacle of human existence, was this quest in World of Warcraft Classic. It was so good. And you had to kill a chicken.
realizing in the moment, hold on, I don't even know that in character yet. Hold on, I haven't even picked up the quest that allows me to loot chapters.
Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Give me...
Wait, what?
Give me 1 sec. Can I get a...
Oh
can I
my
get a
god,
pull-up
he didn't
to
get the
the
quest.
please?
Oh my god.
It is at this point I turn Questy on and reload my UI. When I load back in, I am
It's
dead.
so
I
dumb.
figure, fuck it, Death Warp. It is a speedrun after all.
We'll take a
It's
short
so
break while
fucking
Barney
dumb,
gets
man.
Back on the quest, we'll pull another boss. Shouldn't take that long. The part that
Guys, we're not gonna make it. My summon team then summons me to a remote island off the southern coast of Tanaris, where the engineer supposedly buried a copy
Oh,
of Draconic for
yeah.
Dummies some years ago. When we dig up the book, quest
So,
complete.
like, what you had to do is you would have to sail out to an island. You know, like in Lost Ark, where you can go off the map and find, like, special little areas? So, in WoW, there was, like, one island at the very bottom of Tanaris, and you had to swim off of the island and do that. So they had to summon her out there so she could get that one, and then after that, then you can get all the different pages. Because I remember doing this. Again, it was one of the best fucking experiences, but it was very fucking frustrated. It's very
It actually turns out to be a ransom note addressed to the engineer. I figure the fastest way back to the engineer is to unstuck to the Gadget Sand graveyard
That's a smart
and then
idea,
walk
actually.
north. Instead, Blizzard's patented go fuck yourself unstuck
Westfall.
technology actually teleports me to Kargath. And my summon team have already hearthed to Silithus.
What?
So, I get a summon to Silithus, fly to Tanan, hand over the ransom note, quest complete,
Oh,
and
wow.
then pick up the next quest. And this is where I realize in the footage, actually, I didn't even need to go on this tangent at all. And it will make sense
Wait,
why
really?
later. This
Why?
has just been a certified idiot moment. But in
I thought you had
fairness
to
to
do
me,
that.
I had not slept in like 20-something hours. I got a little latency in the brain. You know why. Also, I literally traveled through time.
We now return to Blackwing Lair.
Okay, I'm back in the raid. Summon me because I'm bougie, though. Ooh, and the
Okay.
trash has been cleared in my absence? All according to plan. Now, if I was to tell you that the next two encounters, Ebonrock and Flamegore, involve a lot of standing and a lot of hitting, would you forgive...
It is literally the easiest fucking, these are the easiest fucking bosses in general. Samo Chapping Trash. Yeah, look, guys, can we not do this again today? Like, holy fuck, could we just not do it? Like, nobody gives a shit. Like, could we just please not fucking do this shit? Like, yes, Barney is trans. Like, there's a male character, so sometimes I accidentally say he, because I'm looking at the character. Listen, I don't care about what your opinion about it is. I don't give a fuck. Please, please, I just don't, like, literally nobody cares about what your take on people being trans is. Just fucking move on, guys. Barney's not a guy, and Barney's not a girl either. Barney's a rogue. That's the best fucking thing about video games, is the fact that Barney is a rogue. Shut the fuck up. Enjoy the story.
Me for jumping ahead. Oh, that's too far. Man, partial wipe to trash? That's harder than the bosses? What a Warcraft,
Imagine
baby.
that.
How much longer do we have, Barnaby?
We got like an hour, like 2 hours, so we're fine. I mean, we're not gonna make it. The next boss, Cro-Magus, is basically another one of those run-in, run-out fights. The only difference with this one is that there are random debuffs that will infect random players at random intervals. 4 of the 5 of these debuffs are completely negligible, though, and don't really require a second thought since they'll just be purged off you. But if you are unlucky enough to receive the 5th debuff, the Bronze Affliction,
You just
will
use the sand.
periodically
Yeah,
be
it's the sand. It's
frozen in time. There is only one known cure, and it is eating magic sand. But I'm trying to kick the stuff, you know, so I'm okay to sit through the 10-minute deal. Oh, why would...
Okay, well, that's good.
I mean, one little bite can't hurt, right? I mean...
Oh, no.
I gotta stop eating sand.
Do you remember whenever they said at the beginning of the first video, don't eat the sand? Oh, no. Oh god, oh god, here we go.
The Nefarian fight. Will this self-proclaimed casual guild see me through to a
This
red
is not
shard,
good at
or will
all.
this be where my Scarab Lord tale ends? Well, the main healer
Sand
of the raid did
enjoyers,
just
yeah,
find out that
clearly.
if you right-click Benediction, it turns into Anathema.
On me for it.
So I'd say we're off to a good start.
Okay.
This is incredible.
No, it's on a half hour.
Wait, she doesn't... Bro, I told you guys, like... Classic players, as I said, big, slow, hairy, stupid, woolly mammoths. And they're going extinct. That's what it's like, right there.
Guys, we're not gonna make it!
And with that said, Barnaby, this is your thing, so why don't you go talk to your boy?
Oh, okay.
Por que jogar World of Warships em 2023? 1. Navegue em um oceano deslumbrante. 2. Comande os navios de guerra mais poderosos e variados do mundo, recriados com total precisão.
Of course, no final boss of any raid would be complete without the arbitrary minutes of killing ads before the main guy even shows up, but this phase is incredibly simple and is definitely not cause to freak out. So I have no idea why the people in Discord were freaking out so much. In fact,
was it Tip's raid that was wiping in phase 1 of BWL? Like, I remember seeing a video of a guild just becoming absolutely overwhelmed and overrun by these mobs. It was so fucking funny.
They were freaking out so much I heard my first
Clear
thought
comms.
of the entire raid. And when the casual guild says clear comms, that's when you know things are bad. For those that don't know this fight, once you kill 40 ads, Nefarian descends upon the raid and covers the entire floor in fire. And if you're not wearing your Onyxia cloak, the fire will kill you in one shot. So tell me why the 5 minutes we spent doing loot prior to pulling the boss was not enough time for over half the raid to equip their Onyxia cloaks? We're not gonna make it.
No, a lot of people don't have cloaks on. I do that as well.
Get behind the throne.
Now, you can stand behind the throne when the fire goes out, and this will avoid being hit, but it's generally considered rat behavior because you lose a bunch of uptime. Thankfully, though, we managed to get through the fire and the flames with 0 casualties. Nefarian now lands, someone rips aggro, and I die for their fucking sins.
Somebody pop Rick.
Why don't you have Battle Shout? Holy shit.
I'm gonna reincarnate, and I'm gonna start rezzing.
What is this? What is this run?
Actually might not. What started off as a sarcastic little joke was
No
now
way.
beginning to sound like my actual fate. Every time you wiped a Nefarian, you have to wait around 15 minutes for him to respawn, and as you know, I'm kind of on the clock here, so...
Dude, if we don't make it, I will get Barney B tattooed on my knuckles.
Perfect.
Well, now the stakes have never been higher, or there's never been a better time to throw this shit. Depending on who you're asking, of course. Me personally, I kind of want the mount, but in any other timeline, he was getting those knuckle tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay, time's up. Let's do this. Barney Beekeeper. Please put your cloaks on. Please put your... So we start the second pull. This time, everyone in the raid is prepared with their Oni clokes, and we breeze through phase 1. The tank is also generously given the 2 seconds required to take aggro of the boss, so things are actually looking good. Now let's talk about Nefarian's main mechanic. Every so often, Nefarian will target a specific class and do what's called a class call. This is...
Bro, can I just come back real quick? I just want to go back real quick. Look how good the numbers look in Classic WoW. It is like busting a nut on your screen whenever you do a special attack and your auto attacks crit at the same time. Look
Every
at that.
so often, Nefarian will target a specific class and do what's called a class call. This is essentially some kind of debuff or Joker's trick targeted at one specific class. And depending on your class, these can range from being the most minor inconvenience conceivable to being capable of causing the breakdown of the entire raid and a potential wipe. In the case of rogues, you get teleported in front of Nefarian and cannot move. If the tank doesn't react fast enough, this happens. And you want to know the best part about this? There's literally 0 counterplay on my part.
Wow.
I can't do anything about this. I love when mechanics don't test the individual player ability and instead put your hands in the life of some other fucking schmuck. I'm actually not mad. I mean, okay, half the raid is dead, but this
Nefarian's so easy, you can still
We just have
kill
to
it.
play perfect and get really lucky on the next couple.
Why are you behind the boss? Why are you behind?
Ice block.
We're gonna make it.
Keep him up. New class call coming.
He can do it.
We're gonna be fucked.
He can do it. He's got the shield.
So,
he can easily tank Nefarian.
Now, you guys want to know what's worse than one warrior call? Oh, I'll get to that in just
It's
a second.
so easy.
Because first, I got to tell you that if we get this boss to 20%, all the ads that we killed in phase 1, all 40 of them, respawn at the same time and charge the raid. So now let me return to my original question. What's worse than one warrior call? That's right, 2 warrior calls, with the second one happening during the final ad phase.
Bro, I actually thought the warrior call was my favorite one because it gave me an excuse to go into berserker stance while tanking the boss.
I think I'm just gonna let this clip play out because it is so difficult to make raiding sound interesting.
there it is right there.
I got him. Yup.
Do you have shield wall?
Use it. No. Use shield wall. Use a stone shield.
There you go, bud.
Come on, you can do it. Fire. There it is. Wow. 10-minute fight. That was, someone in chat says that was tough.
Remember how earlier I left the raid and joined another party to get summoned to Tanaris? Well, actually that did nothing. I just love faking you guys out. It's just so easy every time. You're thinking, I can't keep getting away with it. Oh, I will. You're already in my web and you don't even know it yet. Wow, red shard acquired. Right, you ready? 3, 2, 1.
Wow. Look at that. I love how every guild that raided in Classic WoW has a screenshot that looks just like that. I think that's so cool.
So now we're back on the engineer's
we had
quest line. If you'll remember, we are currently looking for the 3 items he needs to try and make the Arcanite Bubba Booey. But as we found out earlier, his copy of Draconic for Dummies has been stolen, and a ransom note was left in its place.
We've got your book, Gnome. If you ever want to see it again, you'll do exactly as we asked.
So, alongside Bon Huvie, Sarsis, Merrills, and Darien, we head to the location detailed within the ransom note, and, disguised as the engineer, I place a big bag of fake gold at the edge of a cliff. A few
Bro,
anxieties...
like, no shit, this... Like, y'all see.
Riddled minutes
this
later,
mob is really hard to kill.
Comes flying in on a flying machine.
Look at
but
this.
For real, why did they make it take 5 minutes for this guy to spawn in? The whole time we were waiting, I thought I fucked the quest up. I
did
swear,
too.
every single quest in this quest line is specifically tailored to fuck with your mental. Anyway, the
Yes,
doctor
it
takes
is.
one look at our disguise and sees right through it. Who could have seen
It's
this
Dr.
coming? He
Weevil.
then summons a giant gorilla to kill us and escapes in his flying
This
machine.
gorilla
I
is
pop
no
adrenaline
joke.
rush and evasion and
This
start
is a
rogue
big
tanking
dick
number
gorilla.
2. I figure with a healer, I can probably tank this for
No,
the duration
you
of my
can't.
evasion and then vanish the threat off to the warrior. Unfortunately for me, Blizzard's patented, it really emulates early 2000s internet. Spell bashing technology meant that I actually didn't cast Vanish at all. I lay dead in the snow like the pathetic little gnome bitch I am as my team once again carries me to victory. If you'll remember, Merrills was the mage who helped me get my Mallet of Zolfarak all those months ago. And here I am yet again with my content beholden to his kindness.
A year
I truly
later.
couldn't do this without my friends. However, because Bon Huvie is a druid, he is useless and isn't carrying resurrection materials. He is instead going to leave it up to chance with cables, as will Merrills and Darien. Well, I think we know how this one goes. Yup.
That's an L. That's an L. We got one more.
Thank God. I'm up!
There it is.
Merrills then opens a portal to Thunderbluff for me, and I fly to the engineer in Tanaris to tell him that the plan failed. And also, because we didn't keep to our end of the ransom, Dr. Weevil has obliterated the Draconic for Dummies book.
Quest complete.
So now our only option is to track down the last known surviving copy of Draconic for Dummies, which, because it's the Scarab Lord questline, has actually had all 8 of its pages torn out and scattered to the
Isn't
wind.
that convenient?
Once I find all 8 chapters, I can use this bookbinding to refashion the book. This questline's never gonna end, is it?
This is
One
just
quick stop off in gadgets.
Even at level 80, this took me like a month to do. Like, I was playing casually. I wasn't doing it like every day. But like, this took a really, really long time, even at level 80. It was insane. I can't imagine going back and doing this now.
And to meet with this chef, quest complete, and to discuss the possibility of acquiring a fat chicken. He tells me no such chicken exists, but does clue us in on one Lord Lakmiran, a chimera who, with proper preparation, may or may not look like a 500-pound chicken. And whilst I'm here in Tanaris, I figure I may as well hand in the red shard to our good friend Anachronos, who once again rewards us with a completely useless piece of jewelry. Quest complete.
What was that tweet? Wait, what was that tweet? Found the elusive Barney today, but he was in a Scarab Lord rush and didn't try to sell me a Lucky Charm sad face. Oh, shit. People are tracking him down.
What if you could control the web with your mind? What if telekinesis?
Chapter 7 acquired.
Wow.
Welcome.
This
to
is the
Alcaz
hard
Island.
one.
With the Blackwing Lair chapter safely obtained.
Do y'all remember back in classic WoW beta, whenever I went in and I tried to fight this boss and we brought like 300 people and he killed every single one of us? This is the boss.
I was summoned to Alcaz Island to murder Dr. Weevil in cold blood. After all, he's the reason this quest has become so long. I mean, because he has chapter 1 for some reason. 2 birds, 1 stone, if you ask me. However, Dr. Weevil is absolutely not a pushover. Even with a raid group
he
of
ain't
20,
no bitch.
he is still incredibly challenging due to his menacing mechanics and large health bar. Every
And he
6
mind
or so
controls
seconds,
people,
Dr.
too.
Weevil stuns everyone in line of sight of him, and every 20 or so seconds, he mind controls a random ally who will now be out of commission for the remainder of the encounter. Now,
And
I
they
can
have
sit
to be
here and
CC
slice
too.
old
They gain
footage
a
to
ton of
craft
extra
some
health and
underdog
everything.
narrative about how this boss was difficult to overcome, but rest assured, this will be the 11th time we have destroyed Dr. Weevil, and we have become exceedingly efficient at it.
There it
Chapter 1
is.
acquired. Also, lore tidbit, this is the island where Varian Rin was kept, in prison.
Yep,
And
down
then
at the
this
bottom.
quest is the only thing they did with this location in the game.
Hey, Barney,
I actually didn't mind that. I wish there were more things in the game that just existed for the sake of existing. And it doesn't have to be like a massive quest line or anything like that. There just has to be like a couple of things. You know, like that panda aisle that we went to yesterday on Lost Ark? That was so fucking good.
Ranch, right?
Yeah, I have.
Oh. Farming the
One fully
Feldarts?
clothed rogue in the marsh at
Oh,
Sunken Temple.
the Acranius one.
Big long
quest. I'm not doing this bit. Now, you might be wondering, why am I in a level 40 dungeon? Well, you see, the green shard was given to a green dragon named Aranicus, and this is where Aranicus lives.
Is a
Wait,
bitch.
isn't this place like super evil?
Well, yes.
Yes,
It's no
it is.
secret that Aranicus and his crew were driven insane by the very same old god they thought they had vanquished deep within the temple. But he has the green shard, so I'm not really left any choice. But as I enter Aranicus'
There's no
chamber,
way you
I'm
can
not
solo
met with
that
a
shit.
large green dragon, but
Oh,
rather
yeah.
a Shade and Malfurion Stormrage. Malfurion informs me that Aranicus can't be here right now because he's busy terrorizing the Emerald Dream. And if we want to
Dude,
get that
I
green
forgot
shard, we'll
all
have to
about
summon
this.
Aranicus from the Emerald Dream and purge him
Holy
of his
shit.
corruption. Now, do you want to see some fucking sweaty?
Disgusting!
I can't believe you even bothered to think this far ahead gameplay. Check out these summons. Bam! Random Teldrassil location to hand in this quest to the Wisp. Quest complete. But wait, I'm not done. Follow-up summon to the Shrine of Remulus in Moonglade to hand that very same quest in immediately.
Bro, this is 100%. This is actually proof that Barney is the main character of the server. Straight up. Like, the actual main character of the server. It's that easy.
Quest complete. Any percent world record.
Yeah,
by
this
the way.
is-
I know it
that
might
is
not look like
gaming
much
right
to you
there.
guys because I mean you're watching the video, right? It's all cut up and edited for you. But
Yes.
every time you see me get summoned, these are pre-planned summon teams that real people have had to level up and
Yes.
put their character in that position.
Those
just
are
so I
real
can save
people
10
that
to
probably
20
are
minutes
not
here
getting
and there.
paid for
Fucking
this.
gamers.
Imagine that.
So spread around Azeroth are these 4 Emerald Dream portals, outside of which roam packs of elite green dragonkin, except for the Duskwood one, but just forget about that one for now. To summon Aranicus back into our realm, we are going to need to obtain a Nightmare Fragment from each area. Actually, cut the music. Fuck the script. I need a real talk. These Nightmare Fragments drop from the elite mobs that you can find outside the portals, right? And you think, cool, just go kill some elites.
But those are really hard to
That's me
kill,
laughing.
yeah.
And this is where I make the music creep back in, okay? No, of course it's not that easy. This is the Scarab Lord questline where every quest is specifically tailored to make you want to exit game. So here's the thing with this quest, right? We still to this day do not know the drop chance of the Nightmare Fragments. Me personally, I want to say it's 1%. Based on my experience,
Oh
I
my
think
God.
it's 1%. Now, killing elites for a 1% drop is already
Fucking Gabe.
It's not that bad. Like, the way that you do it, see, this is the thing, is that the way you farm something like that has a low drop chance is you do it 1 mob at a time. You never go and try to do like 10 mobs at a time, or you never try to think like how many it's gonna take. You kill 1 at a time. 1 at a time. 1, 2, 3 at a time.
The thing with these packs are, they actually require a small raid because they slap. Alliance players might not know this, but on the Horde side,
You can
people
kite them all the
kite
way, yes.
These mobs from Ashenvale to Orgrimmar to just kill everyone in the city. But
Yep.
wait, I'm still not done. The other thing with these mobs is that if you kill all the packs and you don't get the drop, you have to wait like an hour for the respawns. There are people in my
Jesus
guild that
Christ,
spent
I didn't know it was
literally
that long.
days on just this part of the quest alone.
What?
It's not looking good. So this is me, and